Hey guys, what's up? DudeintheAbyss here. I thought I'd give you a deck profile on a deck I found to be quite fun, and it seems to be kind of popular in the people who aren't playing it for competitively because this is a fun deck. But we're going to be talking about Duston OTK, baby. This is probably one of the most fun decks out there, in my opinion. Sorry if you just heard me shutting off a light. I don't like it when it's bright. I'm like a fucking vampire in the night. Anyways, the deck basically works like this. You find a way to get out House Dustin. He gets destroyed by your opponent. You spam the field, cock block them from basically doing anything that they want to do, and then hope you got to make sure you have Goblin King available or Stygian Security, one of the two. And you go for the OTK right then and there. But this deck also burns with cards like Just Desserts, Secret Barrels, and Ceasefire. So let's get to the deck profile. Sorry for rambling. I just thought, hey, maybe some people want to hear my bitch ass voice. Carry on. 3 red Dustin. This little guy, he's like all the other Dustins. They can't be synchro. They can't be used Exceed material. They can't be tributed. The deck looks really useless when you think about it, and I thought it was too until I actually tried the deck out. Now, this little buddy is when he gets destroyed, the opponent takes 500 damage. So even if you can't get Goblin King up to a whopping 8,000 attack, which I can't say doesn't happen often because it does, it happens a lot, you'll still do 7,500 damage to them, and you'll probably have a card to burn them. So it's usually an OTK basically every time. Also, added note, this is the OCG version because we do not have Blue Dustin until Shadow Spectres comes out. I have my own version. It's not nearly as fast as this. It's incredibly slow, and it's a TCG version. But this one is a lot more consistent and a lot better. So back to the deck profile. 3 yellow Dustins. This guy, let's see, you got something that you need to slap back into your deck that you can search out with your Where Art Thou. This is the guy. He gets destroyed. You get to target a monster in your grave, return it to the deck, and shuffle. Yeah. Basically the same thing as Red Dustin's other effects. And same for Green Dustin with that, except when this guy is destroyed, the controller targets a spell or trap card they control, and it's set back to their hand. This is not an exceptional type of effect. It happens every single time. This is why I don't really care for this guy getting hit unless I feel like chaining something. I have to say Blue Dustin is probably my favorite one just because I like his expression. It's kind of funny. He's like, what? What the fuck are you looking at? Where am I? Help! I'm trapped inside a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card. And his ability is, quite frankly, one of the better ones. When he is destroyed, I can banish a random card from the controller's hand face down until the next turn standby phase, so I can stop them from having something in their hand, which helps me to an extent, even though they're going to get it back, but it's not like it's a big problem. But yeah, 3 of him, 2 greens, sorry. And now onto the card that makes this deck incredibly retarded, House Dustin. This guy is not like the other Dustins. This guy can be used as Exceed material, it can be tributed, can be this, can be that, blah 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 blah. This card's effect is when this card is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle, or if it was face up during the start of the battle step, or by a card effect, and sent to the graveyard, I can special summon as many Dustins to anywhere on the field. Except, obviously, spell and trap card zone. To anywhere on the field. Anywhere on the field? Whatever. You don't put it in. You basically do what I just said. And your opponent can only control one of each of the Dustins. That's also how it is. Both players can only control one color Dustin at a time. You can't have multiple copies. I learned this through trial and error, but whatever. We're all human. Dustin sets you up for that. Stygian Security. When this card gets destroyed by battle, you can special summon a fiend type monster from your deck. So basically, you have him attack into something suicide special out Goblin King after you've done your mass hysteria of Dustins, and then swing for game right then and there. That's all you gotta do. Battle Faders for protection. It's also a fiend, so you don't really minus off of it. It just keeps you one more fiend on the field, so you have more power for Goblin King. Mystic Piper for added consistency. Tribute, draw. If it's a level 1, which 26 monsters, you expect to get a level 1 very often. And you draw another card. It's probably it's the only, actually it's not probably, it's the only card in this set that actually, in this deck that costs anything. But you really want it because it makes the deck a lot more consistent, as I've learned with my shitty TCG version. 2 Goblin King because he's incredibly searchable, incredibly quick to get out, and 3 just feels cloggy. So yeah, 2 Goblin King. 1 Kinkabile to get stuff back from your grave. Kinkabile, bring back Mystic Piper, tribute, draw. Hopefully you can draw twice. Makes a little more consistency. It also bounces back to your hand for repeat usage. And it can be used for other plays as well. Kinkabile, it's a good tech card in this deck. Now there's only 3 spells, but onto the spells. 1 for 1. This card's basically to get Goblin King out as fast as faster than fucking possible. And Where Art Thou's to search out Goblin King. And sometimes House Dustin, not very often do you need to search the House Dustin, but you need the Where Art Thou's to search for Goblin King. Makes it a lot faster. Ceasefire to burn people like crazy. It's just fun to watch them burn. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Bottomless, just because you don't want your opponent clogging up the field before you can clog up their field, so bam, fuck you. 3 Just Desserts for more burnage. You splash 5 monsters, or they're going to have 5 monsters on the field, burn them for 25, easy enough. Fiendish Chain to stop effect monsters and binds them from attacking into you, which comes in handy once in a while. Or what I like to do is bind Fiendish Chain to one of the Dustins I gave my opponent. That way they can't chain it to defense if I fail to succeed in my OTK that turn, which is very unlikely with this deck if you learn how to play it correctly. 3 Secret Barrel to burn your opponent with insane amount of damage. I mean, through their hand and all the stuff I special summon to them, I can burn approximately 2,000 to 2,600. So it's good for burning. And then Solemn Warning, just so in case they get something that could hurt me. I'm not going to let them ruin the plan. The plan must proceed. And there's only 2 cards in the extra deck, and that is Slacker Magicians, just 2 of them. Great card for defensive strategy. And that's about it. There's not much else to the deck. Hope you enjoy the deck profile. I'm doing the Abyss. I'm out, man. I don't got much else to say. Peace.